Hey, I'm Isabel, and what I learned from working at my partner organization, which was Durham Children's Initiative, was to collaborate really well on a team. This is the first time I worked in an office on a team, so a lot of learning experiences there. And I also worked a lot with the kids, and that just brings a whole lot of uncertainty to any job. So I learned a lot of flexibility when working with the kids, and a lot of forgiveness with myself and my coworkers for anything that went not according to plan.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I would say my favorite part of JSC has been the intentional community and making such close friends with both my house and the Durham house. I really love cooking together, and I came in not being a great cook, and that is one thing that I learned how to do this year. And it's been fun to cook together and to have group meals, whether that's a dinner party or a potluck, or even just a random Saturday night when we decide to all eat together around the table.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Karina Biller, and this past year I have been working at Partners for Youth Opportunity. And when I first thought about this video and what's changed since the beginning of this year, I thought about my hair is no longer pink, I'm a better cook, I speak better Spanish, but really it's been a time of a lot of reflection, and I've learned a lot of things about myself and about the world and my context in it. And I didn't really know who I was outside of academics when I started this year, but it's been a great time of learning, and one of those tools of learning was the Enneagram, and I've greatly enjoyed learning about that, and I've learned a lot about other people and about seeing, it's really spelled out in there, like who I am at my best and who I am at my worst, and and I actually have my papers right here, and I've been thinking about the first quote on the first page is like type 1, which I am, is about exemplifying the desire to be good, to live up to the highest ethical standards, and to effect positive change in the world. And it feels very personal to me and very affirming. And so that's been one of my favorite parts about this year is the Enneagram and bonding with other people over that and over our own specific types. So, yeah, thanks.
One thing that I in particular took away from my service year is to always just stay present, even when, life and its circumstances are always going to be dynamic and changing, and just trying to stay in the moment and stay positive and just focus on taking that moment and learning and growing from it and moving on, because this has been, an extremely dynamic year, and we've experienced a lot of changes, and, we've had to take them in stride as core members. And I think that's just the biggest lesson that I took away from the year.
Well, here I am making a JSC reflection video for the end of the year, which feels pretty surreal because it has been a pretty insane year and a pretty insane end of the year, or I guess beginning of a year, but it definitely wasn't how I expected it to go. But despite all of the craziness towards the end, the overall experience of being a member of JSC has been really amazing. It was life-giving throughout so many beautiful moments that I got to share with all of you. I can't say that there is an experience like this that I could have done through any other organization or through any other job. It's just a really unique opportunity, a really unique experience to live in community, to learn from the world, to learn about myself, about spirituality. And I think I have done and grown in most of those aspects, so I really I'm really grateful to have met all of you and to have taken this journey. And I think that it was probably one of the best situations to be in the middle of a pandemic, was to have a support system and to have people who were checking in and, you know, worried about me. It was hard for me to stay present, just because it has been such a difficult time for all of us. But I am grateful for the opportunity to have met all of you again, and I am really grateful for everything that I've learned from each and every individual in this program. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks to the larger JSC community for all their support, all their contributions to our growth, to our homes. Thank you so much, core members, for being a part of this year with me, for going on this journey with me. And yeah, I'm actually gonna be around in the city. I'm gonna be around Durham for another year, so I hope to still be in the community and to still see some of you all. And if not, I hope that you have the best time, that, you know, the road rises to meet you wherever you go. I hope that we all stay safe and healthy, and many blessings to come to all our lives, and I think that they will. I have the best of hopes, and I think that we all are going to be amazing no matter what happens, no matter how the world turns. We are going to be writing history for the future, and we're going to be right at the vanguard, because that's the kind of people that we all are. So I'm excited to see what all the amazing things you are all going to go off and do in this world, all the beautiful, amazing stories you have to share with the world of your experience, and all the amazing seeds you're going to plant in the hearts of people that you touch with this story, with the story of our journey. And I can't wait to see it. And thank you so much for having me. I'm not going to make this much longer because, you know, I'm known for being succinct, but yeah, it's a lot of mixed feelings, and it's a lot of weariness in this very moment, but the overall takeaway from a year with you all has been really, really nice, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of 2020. We'll see what it holds.
Hey y'all, I'm out here at Carolina Beach in Wilmington, reflecting on my year and thinking about how grateful I am for all the people that I've met and come into contact with, all the growth that's happened. And with that, I think really thinking about how everyone has their own path and their own way that they're going to contribute to this movement. I'm feeling excited and optimistic about that. Feeling very grateful for the people that I've lived through this pandemic with. I think y'all have shown up in really unique ways, and that's been exciting. I'm feeling energized about moving into the future and feeling like I can embrace uncertainty in a new way, and just trust this process even more than I did before, knowing that I'll be backed by a whole nother community, and I couldn't be more happy to be in the place that I am, even though it feels a little messy. So thank you all so much. I love you all so much, and I will be in touch.
Reflecting on my past day of JSC, a lot of my memorable moments will be coming from my partner organization, Club Nova, where I've had a lot of impactful moments with the members and a lot of eye-opening experiences that I hope to continue to take on with me past JSC, and I hope a lot of my relationships at Club Nova are able to be sustained outside of JSC once my year is done. A lot of the times that I've spent in community living, I have appreciated the kindness and openness and willingness to just listen that a lot of my housemates have been able to give me in my time here, and I appreciate it. And JSC has been a very good and interesting year, and we've all learned to adapt to the times that we're living in.
Hey everyone, this is Austin, one of the Service Corps members for this year, as I'm sure many of you all know. I just want to start by saying thank you from the depths of my heart to everybody in this community, to Andrew and Christina, to our board, to Alita, to each and every one of my fellow cohort members. It has been such a joy and privilege to be part of the service year this year. And I just want to thank you so much for all the support and love that you've shown me and that you've shown us. I just want to share quickly some things I'm going to be bringing forward with me after this year that I've learned. And two things in particular. One, I think just the power of breath, the ability to take a pause, take a breath, find small moments throughout the day to just kind of ground myself and center myself and be able to move forward. And that was something really great from our servant leadership class that I took away, and something that I'm excited to have part of my life continuing forward. The second thing is the perspective of both and, which is something we also talked a lot during our servant leadership about. And that's just the idea that sometimes things can be both one thing and another, and yet still be something else entirely as well, or have some third component. And that is, I think, a really interesting and cool perspective to have, and something that this year has helped to cultivate. So I just want to end now by saying thank you again. It's been such a great year, and I look forward to being able to see people in person when we can, and certainly virtually like we've been doing as we move forward. All right, bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Izzy. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about this past service year with the Johnson Service Corps, and I think the biggest feeling I feel is just gratitude. Not only for the opportunity and experience and people that I've met, but also for having the time and space to spend thinking about what sort of person I wanted to be. Coming out of undergrad, I was really looking for an opportunity that would help me learn about maybe what I wanted to do with my future, or what I wanted my future to look and feel like. But what JSC does and encourages all of us to do is really think more about who you want to be and what you want to do in a community beyond just sort of your job. So yes, it's vocational discernment, but it's also a lot more personal than that. It's taking a year to just sort of figure out how you want to be in the world and how you want to impact your community in positive ways. And I think I'm really lucky to have had a whole year to do that. Not a lot of other opportunities afford you that in your life, and I just feel so much more confident about my decisions going forward because, yes, even when I make professional decisions or personal decisions, they're still going to be sort of grounded in this idea of, well, what sort of person am I trying to be, and how will I impact my community by making these decisions? And without my time reflecting on those questions at JSC, I'm not sure they would be at the forefront of my mind like they are now. So I'm really lucky to have had such a unique opportunity, and I'm just really grateful for everything this year.
Hi, my name is Kiana. I participated in JSC for the 2019-2020 year, and I would like to offer a couple of thoughts for reflection. So when I first came to JSC, I didn't know at all what I was getting myself into. All I know is that I did not want to automatically transfer into the workforce early, and I also don't know that I did not want to go that conventional path because I know that it wasn't for me. So when I came to JSC, there were some things that I was a bit skeptical about. Not going to go into detail, but I must say that this has been a year of growth and transition for me. I really believe that I improved a lot in various aspects of my life, both personally and professionally, since I came to JSC. One of the biggest things that I really wanted to dig deep into was my spiritual path and doing a lot of shadow work and not necessarily confront or reject certain things about myself, but acknowledge them in a healthy way. So when it came time to deal with difficulties, I knew that that's just essentially what it was. It was a difficulty. It wasn't anything against me, or it wasn't the end of the world. And in terms of working professionally, I've learned how to effectively address my needs and articulate my needs without becoming passive or confrontational. It was difficult at first, and things were a bit rocky at my organization at first, but over time we've all became a great cohesive unit, and my ideas of what a workplace should be changed since coming to JSC. Another aspect of what makes JSC so special to me individually is that I was given the space to talk about my pain and addressing certain thoughts that I've been repressing for a while, and I can say that I set myself free from that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm coming out of this program crystal clear or just perfect about my path in life, but I can now say that I've gained a lot of new lessons and coping mechanisms and just a different understanding of how I can handle various aspects of the human experience, but through a spiritual lens, because I am a firm believer that I'm a spiritual being experiencing the human life, and it's not the other way around. I really enjoyed my time here at JSC, and though I don't consider myself to be a walk on the beach, and I'm not, the most perfect person in the world to deal with, I appreciate JSC for letting me be imperfectly me and just be myself. Even if I didn't really feel comfortable talking or speaking out, they always had a way of making me feel comfortable and feel included. And even though I would question sometimes why I even came to this program, looking back now in hindsight, I realized that this was what I really needed. It was a crucial point of my transition to the next phase in my life. And this will be a very important experience that I will remember for a very long time. Bye.
Hey everybody. So as this year comes to a close, I've been asked several times what experiences have been most meaningful to me or what I've learned this year. And I think that's a difficult question to answer. Right now it's so hard to encapsulate all of the things that have happened this year into a quick reflection. And so instead of doing that, I think I want to take a moment to practice gratitude for the people that have made this such an important experience for me. First, I'd like to thank my housemates and fellow core members at JSC. They're people who I have truly come to love. They are consistently some of the most thoughtful and kind and generous and warm people that I've met. And I'm so thankful to have grown in those relationships this year. Secondly, I'd like to thank Christina and Andrew, who throughout this year have been so wise and gracious with their leadership in JSC, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, which has disrupted so many of the things that we thought would happen. I'd love to thank the broader JSC community, most importantly my mentor Nancy, who has become a really special friend to me this year. And finally, I'd like to thank all of my coworkers and now friends at Code the Dream. I deeply believe in the work of Code the Dream, and I'm so thankful to have worked and learned in that community this year. I think it's so important to learn from communities who are led by immigrants, especially right now. And finally, I would like to read for a second from a Thanksgiving benediction that I found meaningful. It goes like this: May the eyes of your heart be open to all the blessings which surround you. May this awareness produce a harvest of generosity in your spirit. May thankfulness rise up within you, not just during this short season, but day after day, from the early morning watch until you retire for the night. Thank you.